monkeypox thing, because this is something that not very many people are talking about, and I've only seen like 2 or 3 videos about this total. So give me just 1 second, and I'm going to share this with you guys, and then we're going to go... Howard, do you want to catch up on chats real quick before we jump into this? Howard, are you alive?
Hold on. Okay, yeah, fixed it. We're good.
Howard had his dick in his hand.
I've been having technical issues lately. Alrighty, here we go. And I lost my effing place.
I'm just gonna let you figure it out. It's right after Pepper. It's right after Pepper.
Alright, nobody has seen or read Island of Dr. Moreau or Morneau.
No, I
have not.
It's not me.
What channel am I on? You're on the Seattleite Jack channel. User says, that's why you're typing in your search.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll type
okay. User also says, January 6th is 5/29.
Is it? Is it really? Are you sure?
Sure. Mr. Hominoid says, cut the dildo jokes. It's the house viewers here. When it's gone, it's gone. Tell Jack you'd like to see it. Anyone who's interested.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Everybody who's interested in Hominoid's house, go take a look, I guess.
Insert dildo joke here. User says...
Take a look at his dildo collection and promise to be good and not throw a bomb through his window.
Yeah. Careful. Careful.
I said promise to not do it.
User says, Bong police let diddlers say sorry, but grandmas are in solitary.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, the police also let those 2 firebombers, the 2 lawyers that were with BLM, let them go. The DOJ said, no, don't prosecute.
Yep.
Ivor says, I saw the island of Dr. Moreau, but I was hoping for the island of Rebecca De Mornay. Gen X reference.
Apparently,
I don't know who that
that's
is
a
either.
Gen X actress. Her breakthrough film role came in 1983 when she starred as Lana in Risky Business.
Okay, I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
Cosmic Radio says, haha, I get it. Thanks, Ivor. Thought I was Mandela affected. Oh, Jesus. Mr. Hominoid, I'm going now on Mr. Hominoid. Who wants to see it? It won't be saved. It will be deleted for security.
Then why would you show it? Don't show people
in the first
where
place.
you live, buddy.
Right, that doesn't make any sense.
Don't do that, bro. Don't show people where you live. People can screen record as you do it, dude.
Not hard. Not hard.
Yeah.
Ivor says,
almost as soft as Howard.
De Mornay was crazy hot. I actually have her first film with a 19-year-old Kevin Costner.
Neat.
Mr. Hominoid says, I'm live from the house. He's screaming at you guys.
All right. You sounded like Schwarzenegger a little bit. From the house.
From the house. Get down.
Get down.
User says, I hear a bird. Okay.
Bird. Yeah,
Cosmic Oh, I thought User was talking about Hominoid.
Oh, well, maybe.
Cosmic Radio says that looks like Hominoid.
It kind of does, actually. This does look like Hominoid.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. User says, Howard should join the No Fat Brotherhood.
All right, real talk, Howard. Do you watch too much porn to be part of that?
I don't really watch any porn.
Oh, then you can be part of NoFap. Good news.
No, my imagination's way better than porn. That's really my issue.
He's sitting there thinking about Muggs jugs.
Daniel says, I've been watching Dr. John Campbell for over a year now. He's great.
Yep.
Gwildor says, Dr. John has been dropping red pill since COVID-19 first started. I'm actually surprised he has been banned and censored.
Yeah, me too.
User says, Jack Howard. Well, with two guys holding hands.
Yeah, the gay emojis. All right, let's get into it. So this video is called NIH Wuhan. We're working on monkeypox. So let's take a look.
Well, you're most welcome to today's talk, Tuesday the 31st of May. Now, the main thing we're looking at today is it turns out that...
I can't hear anything.
Oh my god. You guys are so freaking needy.
So needy.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I didn't share the system sound with you. It's all because you're needy.
It's all our fault. We know.
Also, I just want to point out for everybody that was watching this, the great thing about this guy is, like, since it's not a live stream, it's like an actual, just a standalone video. What's great about this dude is that he just got right into the video. He didn't give you some intro of like, check out my this and do this and that. He just went right into the video. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The National Institutes of Health in the United States and the Wuhan Institute of Virology have both been working on...
The fly just flew in my nose. How dare he? Okay, sorry. Sorry, that was distracting.
Monkeypox, coincidentally, before the outbreak that we are currently experiencing. So rather strange. Now, we're not going to be talking about the involvement of the NIH in...
So, I mean, immediately it's just like eyebrows.
COVID-19 all over again?
Well, no, you can't say that. It's definitely not.
No, I mean the way that they were researching it right beforehand, apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's eyebrow raising immediately just because you're like, okay, so we know for an incontrovertible fact that the lab leak stuff was actually factual to some degree. To what degree we can't say.
Right.
But we do know that that at least to some extent those documents, those what's the word? The classified documents have been released. We do know that.
Yeah. And they lied to us.
They lied. Yes, they lied about it.
Yeah.
So now we've got another specific virus that they were working with in that same place, and it's all of a sudden cropping up all over the globe when it's endemic to where? The freaking Congo. Nobody outside of there has really even thought of monkeypox ever before in their life, just like nobody had ever before thought about bat coronaviruses before in their life.
Right.
So this is kind of an enormous story that's just getting swept under the rug, and I personally agree with you, Mug. I think that the January 6th thing,
January 6th?
yes, those hearings are an enormous distraction.
Yeah, well, not just that. It just kind of seems like, even though it was only 2 years ago, it seems like history is repeating itself, from coronavirus to monkeypox, and we're just going to hear lies all over again, and people are just going to eat it up again.
Well, I just want to point out that no one here is saying that monkeypox will be the next coronavirus. We don't think that. It is not our opinion.
Just kidding.
But there is certainly now evidence coming out. There's studies coming out that are saying, hey, monkeypox has been in the U.S. spreading for much longer than previously reported, and it's on its way to becoming endemic to rodents here.
Oh, lovely.
So that means we won't get rid of it ever. It'll be living in our sewers and living in, I just saw a user say prairie dogs, or Ivor say prairie dogs have monkeypox. It'll just stay there. So.
SARS coronavirus 2 and possible gain of function research. We're not going to be talking about the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the fact that it coincidentally is only 14 miles from the wet market where the COVID-19 pandemic.
I love how he's just passive aggressively just being like, we're not going to talk about this, but it totally happened.
Yeah.
We won't talk about this juicy little fact.
It's like, we won't talk about the fact that your wife is a stone cold slut and I just pounded her 40 hours ago, but it's like, but we will talk about the mistakes that you've made. This dude is like, he's on one.
Allegedly started. We're not going to be talking about the World Health Organization's frankly embarrassing, farcical, I don't like to use the term investigation into the origins of this virus. Yes. We're just going to stick to the facts about monkeypox, not COVID-19, not SARS coronavirus 2.
And he's doing that to appease the YouTube gods. He's got
to.
Yes.
Yeah.
YouTube does not allow you to talk about that at all. Still, it's still a banned topic.
And so far, at least, the monkeypox isn't. So
right.
far.
The only thing that they're banning about monkeypox is saying two things. One is saying that it's going to be the next COVID. You can't say that. And then the other one is the other one is that
Sorry.
you can't say that it's spread primarily sexually. You can say that it can be spread sexually, but you can't say that that's the primary spread. Those are the only things I'm aware of that you can't say about monkeypox.
That second one, you really can't say that?
Yeah, no, you can't say that. You get they fact check you. I don't know if they'll ban you yet, but they fact check you, and I don't know if that's so. When you get fact checked by YouTube, you either get a warning or a strike. And I've already had a warning, so I don't want a strike, because the last time I got a strike, even though I appealed it and I won the appeal, it crippled my channel. Like, the growth of 40 subs
It's
per
flat.
week, it just it's completely flat now. So it bumped me out of the algorithm. It's really frustrating. Anyways, back to it.
Although you may draw some parallels. Now, let's start off by looking at where we are at the moment with monkeypox. So this is monkeypox. Cumulative world cases. Now, the cases aren't high. The actual cases will be much higher than the diagnosed cases, of course. This is only the cases, not the infections.
So that's a really good point, too. Like, if they've diagnosed, what does that look like? About 560, 570 cases?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, what that means is that there's probably, 50, 60 times that, at least.
I wish that
At
graph
least.
showed a timeline.
It does.
Like, oh, I can't see it.
It's at the bottom. You know, once he zoomed, here, let me drag, well, he'll zoom it back out.
Gotcha.
But it is a steep...
There you go.
Ah,
That's
there we
through
go.
May.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's through May.
Yep.
Oh my good God, do you guys hear that?
No.
I heard something.
It's a bunch of crackheads fighting with dogs outside my window. Neat. I'm just going to close the shade.
Oh, the poor dogs.
I'll just close the window shade and hope they go away.
Oh, the poor crackheads.
My God, there's like 8 dogs over there. Anyways, yeah, so this is just from the start of May to the end of May. So it went from 0 to like 570 diagnosed cases. So you know that there's probably several thousand, maybe several tens of thousands.
Yeah.
steep
I'm sure.
increase in cases, no question about that. And when we look at the countries that are involved here, we actually see that there's quite a wide spread of countries, and
Let's take a look at that. So the UK, ridiculously high, right?
They also take in a lot of. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
They also take in a lot of people from Africa.
Well, they do, but not as many as other places since they left the EU. Like, since Brexit was a thing. So, what I think he's going to mention it, but Spain and I think Portugal are ports where a lot more of this stuff comes in. And I don't think he's even sure why the UK has got such a, high mark of this. I have no idea. I have no idea either. Like, I sat there and tried to, I looked through some articles to try to figure it out, and the only thing that I could come up with is that it looks like the UK is testing a lot more thoroughly than other places.
Oh, okay.
I mean, does it also have something to do with population density? I mean, the United Kingdom has
Kingdom
much higher
certainly-
population density.
Sorry, what was that, Howard?
I was just saying that the United Kingdom also has a much higher population density than either Spain or Portugal.
Yeah, that's true.
forging ahead, which is a little surprising because the epicenters of this European outbreak seem to be in Spain and Belgium. And yet
Belgium, not Portugal. Sorry, my bad.
it's the UK that's got most cases. Is it just that the UK is diagnosing more efficiently than other countries? That may transpire in the future. We don't know that. It may or may not be true.
No, that's Portugal.
Yeah, no, I know, but he's saying that Belgium was where a lot of it started, I think, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Because they were the first ones to institute lockdowns for it. They have government-mandated lockdowns in Belgium, and several other countries are working on following suit. Also,
Yeah.
Cosmic Radio says, Lol, Jack in the Hood. Yeah, there's an empty house next to me, and these crackheads are standing on the porch with all their dogs now. I'm not sure what they're doing. User, let's see. User says the amount of butt pirates in the UK. I don't know, dude. I'm not even gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Some quick housekeeping, because we didn't talk about this beforehand. What I'll do is where we stopped, I will highlight that, and then I'll be able to go back to it, but we can read like whatever's
right,
current.
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out, Ivor also says, I don't see what's the big deal with monkeypox. Stop having sex if you're erupting in blisters. Yeah. I mean,
that's a good.
It is a good point. Yeah.
But we see the United Kingdom with the highest number of cases, and then we see Spain, Portugal, and going down we see Germany, Canada, Netherlands, Germany, France, United States, Italy, Belgium with small numbers of cases. But we are seeing a widespread of cases throughout the world. And when we look at the map here, just to give us the international context of this.
Dude, this guy really went into detail. I'd never heard of him before, but I got to subscribe to him.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard of him either.
Me too.
Yeah, like damn. Also, Ivor says Belgium had a gigantic gay swinger convention.
Oh.
Neat. Maybe, I'm not even gonna say it. Neat.
Yeah, we're not going to mention why that matters. But.
Yeah, it might matter, but we're not saying it.
We do see the cases are in Europe and North America.
And that's weird because this is endemic to Africa. So why look at this map? Look at the 0 to 10s and the no datas.
Argentina.
Sorry, that's all the poor countries. That's all of Africa and Southeast Asia, which is where you would expect to see this. This is all in first world countries, and for some reason Canada is higher than the U.S.
Yeah.
And that is really weird because
Canada also does a lot of immigration from the African continent.
Right.
A ton.
Well, we get a lot of that too coming through the southern border. They come up through Central America.
I'm sure they do. I don't know what the density is. I don't know.
Well, that's where we get most of our illegal immigrants from any country.
Have you ever been to Toronto?
Oh yeah, dude. Toronto is
Quebec.
Toronto's the most diverse city I've ever seen in my life.
There are many parts of Toronto that you don't even realize you're in Canada.
Right, yeah, it doesn't seem like Canada. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't know about Argentina.
Which is probably a relief, to be honest. You're like, oh, thank God I'm not in Canada. Anyways.
Australia, a small number. But actually Nigeria, where this is endemic, and that's Congo there. I'm pretty sure that's Congo. Yeah, that's Congo there, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's not Congo. That's not Congo, buddy. Not Congo. This further. Congo, I think, is one of these guys. One of these two. It's not this, I don't believe. Congo doesn't touch the coast. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
No cases identified. Not because there aren't any, but because they haven't been diagnosed there. There will be.
Yeah, he is right. These poor countries aren't going to be diagnosing this, but it's so.
Oh no, I meant he was right. That was the Congo.
That was the Congo? No, the Congo doesn't touch the coast.
Well, there's the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is the big one to the right, and the Congo is what touches the coast. There's two.
Okay, there's both? Wait a second.
There's both.
Does that matter? It doesn't matter.
I don't think so. I don't think it matters.
Now I must know.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Congo's between Gabon and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
When did that become a thing?
They're always changing. So my map could be old. I don't know when this map was made.
No, you're definitely right. Republic of the Congo and Democratic Republic of the Congo. That must have happened very, very recently, though, because I remember when I was in high school, I did. I went to multiple state geography bees, and I remember the map of Africa very, very well. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some there because there always are, to some extent. Cases there. Now let's move on to.
Oh, user says DPRK border policies work. Changed my mind. Yeah.
At what cost? Well, and apparently it didn't work for COVID.
For who?
For COVID.
Oh, I thought you said for Kobe, and I was like, what?
No,
he died
I'm saying
in a helicopter crash. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
No, the DPRK lockdown rules,
Yeah.
Their border rules for COVID didn't work. So no, it's probably not going to work for this either. You got to remember this. We're still in the very early stages of this,
Right.
and the reporting is laughable at this point.
Oh yeah,
so
it's ridiculous. I have seen too, like they're talking about like this is not something that's transmissible by air. The CDC is saying that, but the UK has listed this as something that can be transmitted through air, and the CDC has admitted that it can be transmitted by droplets. But they're like, we're not going to say it's transmitted by air because like after you breathe out, it doesn't hang in the air like an aerosol cloud like COVID does. But it can be transmitted by like if you spit on somebody.
Yeah, I mean, they also said at one time that COVID could stay on surfaces for months, and that wasn't true.
Yeah,
I mean, they said that COVID, they didn't know if COVID was airborne. I mean, it's whatever they say now. Yeah, whatever they say now is probably total BS.
Right. Yeah.
Whether they know it or not, whether they're lying or not.
Right. Yeah. Also, user says he means for immigration, not disease. Okay, on we go.
To what we know. Now, the first report comes from the National Institutes of Health. This is about a randomized placebo-controlled trial on the safety and efficacy of tecovirimat, an antiviral treatment for the treatment of patients with monkeypox. So good that the National Institute of Health is researching this and seem to have anticipated the possibility of this current outbreak of...
Huh.
So whoever makes that drug, you should probably go buy some stock in their company.
Yeah, not only that, it's an interesting observation that he just made. It's nice that they anticipated this.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the crazy
something
thing.
That's never happened at this scale before.
So this is the crazy thing, right? So much of this stuff is planned. Like, I'm not gonna say this is planned, but I'm saying like so many things are planned now that you never actually know what's real and what's not, and what's what could be a coincidence. And it just seems more and more like there's nothing that's a coincidence anymore.
Well, let's just be YouTube safe. A lot of things seem like there's an awful lot of coincidences, like too many for you to look at it and say,
that's
normal. Yeah, that's totally normal.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But, I don't know anymore, so.
I just don't know what to believe in anymore.
Well, I don't believe in anyone or any institution anymore. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
No politician, no bureaucrat, no political leader, no organization, not even independent news people like Tim Pool. He is. So here's the thing. I'm going to go off on a little tangent for a second. So with something like this, I have not actually seen anyone reporting on this in any capacity from actual news. And that includes timcast.com. And I'm pointing it out because I saw a clip from Timcast today, and they were big time pushing replacing Fox News with timcast.com. And
I've been saying that for a while.
Right, but I haven't been watching them since December. So that was the last time that I watched them was that video where Jack Murphy and Tim were talking about their, let's take over the townships and build our empire and all of this creepy stuff that I made a video about. And then now they're like just nakedly on the podcast pushing it. They were very cautious about it before, but now it's just like a built-in part of the podcast apparently. And the point is that they're bent so hard on being YouTube safe so that they can supplant Fox News as the middle and right wing news source that they're not ever going to report on what this is what this guy's talking about ever.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And it makes me crazy.
Monkeypox. Now let's look at this in a little detail. So that's the our world in data.
Oh, also Daniel's here. What's up, Daniel? He says Democratic Republic of Congo actually does have a small coastline. There's only one Congo. No, there's two apparently. There's
Yeah,
Congo
there's two.
and then Democratic Republic. There's the Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic. We just both looked it up because I was confused about that. Daniel says, this guy's been throwing shade at WHO and all these institutions for 2 years. He's been reporting facts for years now. Jimmy Dore started picking up his clips and running with them also. That's awesome. Good. And then user puts a bunch of syringes, looks like a PCR, and DNA.
Which is now starting to track this.
Yeah.
Now, the monkeypox treatment research project, total funding is the best part of $10 million.
So this is NIH. This is U.S. NIH funding for monkeypox treatment research.
That's a lot of money. The funding supports a clinical trial to identify effective treatment for monkeypox, well anticipated NIH. It's a re-emerging pathogen, that's true. It's a disease of endemic potential. Now, this is true and concerning. Now, what concerns me about monkeypox at the moment is not so much that there's a few cases, although that is concerning, of course, but that this could get into...
What? Yeah, he said endemic instead of epidemic, yeah.
Animals. It could get into cats, hamsters, rodents, mice, rats, squirrels in Europe, in the United Kingdom, in Europe, and become endemic. That means we would have...
Yeah, and that's actually what they're saying is happening right now. So this video is from about 2 weeks ago, and in an article from today, they're saying what he's talking about is actually happening. Right now.
Yeah. Great.
Repeated, okay, maybe small outbreaks, but repeated outbreaks, basically indefinitely. It could become endemic here in Europe and the United States as it is in Africa. This is perhaps the main concern. And the other thing that is concerning is that this is in the same group of diseases as smallpox. Now, I'm not comparing it with smallpox. It's not as contagious, it's not as deadly, it's not as pathogenic, but it is in the same group of viruses as...
And it's a hell of a... Oh, I don't know if... It's a hell of a lot worse than a certain other virus that I could mention. How about
What's
that?
the R naught? What's the R naught of monkeypox?
I could not tell you that.
I'm going to look that up.
Do it. Ivor says at least Fox News doesn't get swatted. User says he has a Chicken Cast channel too. And Mr. Bungemoid, what's up Bungemoid, says Chicken Cast.
Smallpox. This is all from the National Institutes of Health. It can cause significant morbidity and can result in death. Talking about smallpox, that's straight from the NIH.
I thought morbidity meant death. No, that's mortality. I'm stupid. Never mind.
Human cases have been increasing in sub-Saharan Africa since 2000. Sporadic outbreaks outside of Africa have occurred. And there is similarity between the monkeypox virus and the variola virus, which of course is the virus that causes smallpox, still from the National Institutes of Health. They say, coupled with concerns about the potential of the variola smallpox virus as a potential bioterrorism target. So perhaps the NIH anticipated this outbreak. Perhaps.
So what? It's contagious enough and deadly enough that it could be used as a biological weapon, is what he's saying, and that's interesting. I never thought of that, but I mean, smallpox obviously is the concerning one.
And to piggyback on this,
whenever they eradicate the disease, they keep the disease around. So we've got plenty of vials of smallpox still hanging out in multiple countries. Just so everybody knows, even though we've eradicated it.
Well, and they said that the R naught of the BA2.
Howard.
Yes.
Oh no, I can't hear them.
Howard, you can't hear me.
Live?
I am. Can you hear me?
Where are you, Howard?
I'm right there.
Oh, there you are. Wait, say something else.
Hey, there's something else.
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
What happened?
Yeah, now I can. I don't know what happened.
So the R naught of the BA2 COVID was about 12. And so, in other words, for every one person who gets it, they'll transmit it to 12 people.
Right.
That's basically what that means. And the R naught of, and this is going to be an old number because apparently this is the only number they have, for monkeypox is about 2.13, but that's based on data collected in the Democratic Republic of Congo between 1966 and 1984.
Oh wow. So that's a big difference. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we will see something, much larger than that soon enough.
I would think so. With how it's been spreading. Now I know the numbers aren't big, but it's going. It's
those countries that it's endemic to, the population density isn't nearly at all what we've got.
No. But one of the things that I have found interesting is considering how they say it generally spreads, and I won't say what that is.
Right.
How is it, like, in this short amount of time, how has it gone to so many different countries?
Because that's not the only way that it spreads.
Well, it can't be.
No, it's definitely not. Like, it can be spread sexually. It can be spread with
I get
droplets.
that, yeah.
It can be spread by direct contact with a sore.
Right.
So there's lots of different ways.
Yeah. But that's all still considered close contact, right?
Right.
Or no?
Yeah, no, that is, yeah.
So, like, I guess it seems to me that you would see this in more, like, localized areas, as opposed to, like, here in the U.S., like, I think we've had cases in southern Maine, and then, like, kind of all up and down the East Coast.
Right, yeah, it hasn't been in, like, any one particular place. Yeah, you're right, I didn't think of that. That's very strange. Okay. Also, I just want to shout out this new user in the chat, bifurcated gunt flaps.
I love it.
I've not seen that one before. That's great. He says Benjamin for life. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So we must know you?
Yeah, maybe they've just been watching a while and been quiet. Maybe it's actually John Arch. He's been missing for a while.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. User says, wall off Africa and South America. All the weird diseases come from those places. Also, Howard has Mug's big toe in his mouth.
What the fuck?
Nice.
Alrighty then.
Lovely.
Perhaps they anticipated the possibility that smallpox could once again be used as a biological, not once again, but be used as a biological warfare agent. Well, you actually could say used again, because it has been used as a biological warfare agent in the past.
That's been hotly debated.
What do you mean?
Well, the story has always been that we gave blankets with smallpox to the Indians, but the problem is that we didn't understand virus transmission at that point. May that have been the case? Yes, but that whole thing was predicated on absolutely no evidence. Nobody's ever found any sort of journal, nothing written down saying that's what we did.
Right.
So that was kind of been blown up into a big thing that seems to not have been true. And if it was true, it wasn't because they knew they were doing it.
Right. Or at least they didn't know how it worked.
Right.
Albeit at the level of spreading plague blankets to indigenous peoples in America, or catapulting
There it is.
corpses into besieged cities in the past. But this potential for bioterrorism now, of course, is much more sophisticated.
Well, that part's true.
Yes. Yes, it's definitely more sophisticated.
Can you imagine, like, going to war with, like, China and then going, like, we're offering you this gift of blankets? They'd be like, hold on. Like, what's really going on here?
Hold on, we made those blankets and sold them to you.
Yeah, we made those at our sweatshops and you brought them back. Like, what is this?
They still have the made in China tags.
So have placed monkeypox treatment at the forefront of public health and science research agenda in many countries. So if they could find a good cure for...
See, that's interesting too. They've put it at the forefront of the different health organizations across multiple countries. That definitely, like, that's not something you do lightly. You don't put, like, cancer research on the back burner for anything.
Right. I do have a quick question. He said that it was like 9.8 something million that they've devoted to this.
Yeah.
I would like to know, like, that seems like a very low number to me. I know it's a big number, but I mean, like, I guess I want to see what they what kind of money they put towards other things.
Well, I wonder what the NIH budget is.
I will let you know.
Let's see. It's 62.5 billion. Well,
So that's enough. Yeah, so then-
proposed. So the budget for 2021 was 43 billion.
Okay, so yeah, so 10 million is nothing. That's
Well, not necessarily.
change you
because-
found in the
No, that's not necessarily true. Because think of the number of projects that the NIH is actually engaged in.
okay.
you know,
so
so-
let's pick one. Like, what's another one? I'm just curious. So COVID, I would just
No. Think of this is the biggest expense they have. It's the government subsidization of R&D for pharma. That's billion. That's tens of billions.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but that covers a wide range of, stuff. Like monkeypox falls under that, sure, but
I don't know that it does. Because when it's R&D that's subsidizing pharma, that's going to be research that's done through pharmaceutical companies that they're getting a grant for, rather than the NIH than an NIH initiative. So those would be two substantially different things.
right. But earlier he was saying that there was a pharmaceutical company who had come up with a
Well, they came up with a pharmaceutical for it, but that was a UK. That was a UK study that was being done there. That's not the US NIH.
Gotcha.
It's something different. So I don't actually know. User says Fauci's paycheck. That's funny.
Monkeypox. The idea is that would work for smallpox as well, which is a good thing to do. So that looks like the National Institutes of Health have been working on that actually for some time. This research project is running from the 20th of September 2020.
Oh, wow. So that's been running since 2020.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Right.
Okay.
Through to the 27th of September 2025. So we don't expect results on that anytime soon, but interesting. Now, this next bit is an article from here, and I kid you not, this is from the Institute of Virology in Wuhan.
Whoa.
This is where this research on monkeypox is being carried out. So let's look at this. Let's look at this in a little more detail. Now,
Just
this is
a
an
coincidence,
article.
people.
Totally a coincidence that the same lab that was found to be working on, I'm going to say, alleged gain of function research
With the NIH, with
NIH funding is the same one that's the NIH is funding research for monkeypox. And now I do want to point out, this is a good thing that people are aware of this now, and more people need to be aware of this, because let's just say hypothetically that this became much, much, much bigger than it is. And then they immediately tore this down, denied it, and said it never happened, and said this was, no such thing as a lab leak. It's just somebody traveled to a place full of gibbons that gave monkeypox to everyone. Well, now we already know. The news is out there now.
Well, they've never done that before. They would never do something. They didn't do something like that in
never.
2019, 2020, 2021.
Oh, of course not.
That doesn't happen.
No, but I'm just pointing out that it's good that people know this, and you should share this video, by the way. Let people know, this is actually happening.
Does he put these supporting documents? Does he cite these?
That's a good question. I don't know. Well, he's put them on. You can find all those studies. Just go to Google Scholar and type in the name of those studies. You can find them. That looked like what the hell is it called? At any rate, those are websites. And by the way, if you find those articles and you can't access them because you don't want to buy it, one of the best kept secrets among the scientific community is a website called Sci-Hub, and since I'm not in school anymore, I don't mind sharing that with you guys. Sci-Hub is a website where you can take the DOI number from any scientific document and journal, and you can go drop it in the search bar, and it'll pull up that article for you for free. So just FYI, that exists.
Yeah, that's SCI-TAC-HUB.SE for anybody.
Yep. Yep. So if you want to go read these studies and you don't have access because you're not part of a university or an institution, that might work. I'm not endorsing the use of it. I'm just telling you that it exists. because I don't know how illegal that is, but I'm just telling you it exists. Anyways.
In Virologica Sinica, which we'll look at in a minute. That's the article there. There it is. Download the PDF. It is a full peer-reviewed article in this official Chinese
Science Direct. Yeah, this is one you need an institutional login if you're not part of a university. But again, you can use workarounds. And this was available online February 2022. This is very new. And imagine, what a coincidence, right?
I want to say that the link I gave before was somewhat correct, but a better one is sci.hubg.org. That's a better one to go to.
Well, better allegedly. I've never used something like that. I'm just letting you know that it exists.
It'll be easier for you to navigate. I'll put it that way.
There you go.
Publication. Now, let's look at what they're doing. What they're doing basically is they are working, and this was published in February 2022. So the Wuhan Institute of Virology is working on a test to test for the presence of monkeypox. And I think we could assume they're interested in tests for smallpox as well. Bearing in mind this is a potential biological warfare agent. If you're already starting to feel uncomfortable, join the club. I'm actually very uncomfortable about what I'm about to tell you. So that's the name of the paper there. Efficiency of a large-scale fragment of monkeypox virus. So basically what they're doing is they make a section of monkeypox virus. And they want to use that as a quantitative polymerase chain reaction template. And they're going to use this way to put it together into a yeast. Now, a direct quote from this paper. Since monkeypox infection has never been associated with an outbreak in China, the viral genome material required for PCR detection is unavailable. So the Chinese authorities, it would appear, are incapable of getting hold of monkeypox virus. So they have to basically make their own using synthetic techniques or make a pump.
Well, that's interesting. Well, yeah, so, yeah. There's obviously a lot more to this. I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to watch much more of this just because, I think we've kind of gotten the point. And you can go check this video out.